What is up, everybody? I hope you are all having a fantastic day, morning, night, wherever you are in the amazing world we live in. And welcome to season 2, episode 8. And the name of this podcast is called 10 Questions. Now, before I go into the podcast, I'm just letting you guys know this is going to be a very short episode, because I really want this to be a one-on-one talk with you all. So just pretend it's just me and you, and I'm just, sharing some questions for you to really just ask yourself. I really want to make this as personal as I can. And I just really feel like this is a good time to really just start having these questions with ourselves, especially with everything just kind of just going on, like not just with the world, but ourselves. There's so much change happening that it's really good to just slow down for a little bit and just ask these very important questions, because it's easy for us to get distracted or thrown off with, everything that life hits us. So again, this is going to be a short episode, but it's going to have a lot of value to it. I will definitely make sure I have your fun fact. So the fun fact is just interesting, but eating carrots can turn your skin orange. Called kerotonemia. I should have probably practiced this before I recorded, but CAROTENEMIA. So carotone, I want to say kerotone, but it's carotene. That word, I said it the first time. Use your skills. Break it up. Carotenemia. There we go. I feel like I did that. Good job, Thad. Good job. Okay, so that word. This can happen if you eat 3 large carrots or more every day for a long period of time. This is because the carrots give the body too much beta carotene, which causes the changing color of your skin. I don't eat carrots, so I don't have to worry about that. So, but that, you eat healthy. I don't eat that. So again, we're going to jump right into it. There is no announcement. There also will not be a gut check or any questions just for this episode. Like I said, I really want this to be very personal, and I really want you to just slow down and just really ask yourself these questions. And there's only 10, but you're going to see what I mean by it's just value. So let's begin. So the first question, please do repeat, and always feel free to pause. So the first question is, in this moment, right now, what do I need? Simply, basically, in this moment, right now, what do I need? Because it's so easy to help other people or do these different things, go to work, go to school, take care of, our loved ones. But often we neglect the things that we, need. Some people may say, some surface level stuff, but really take this serious and just ask yourself, like, in this moment right now, what is it that I need, for yourself? And really just think about that. The second question, am I okay? Really? Really ask yourself, like, are you okay? And it's okay to not be, but it's good to recognize it so you have a place to start to, being better. How are you really? And I'm asking you this question because a friend of mine's asked me the same question. He was like, how are you really? And I was going to give the automatic answer. I was like, wait, let me stop for a minute. Let me really analyze what's going on inside of myself and really see if I can answer that question. because you'll find that you have an automatic response, right? Some people may say, how are you doing? Some of us say fine. Some of y'all say fine. Some of y'all say so. Other people say different things. I know for me, I automatically say I'm great, or I'm fantastic, or I'm super. And to me, it's not a lie, because I know whatever I'm experiencing at that moment, I know the end result is I'm going to be fantastic or superb. So I'm just speaking that over me. So that's one of my things. But that's my automatic response is, oh, I'm fantastic, I'm superb, I'm good, But going back and really just analyzing, how am I really? And you'll be very surprised when you just take a moment and ask yourself, like, am I okay? Really? And if not, why? Why aren't you okay? What's going on? So really just take a moment and just look into that. The third question is, do I recognize who I am in the mirror? We all get up, brush our teeth, hopefully, and we go in the mirror and we see ourselves. But have you ever just really stopped and to not really look at your physical body? Like, oh, I gotta do my hair. Going past the surface, like really just stopping. Next time you're in the mirror, even right now, if you're not driving or anything and you are next to a mirror, go to a mirror and really look at yourself, and look at yourself in the eyes. And what do you see? Do you recognize yourself? Are you that person that you wanted to be? You know what I mean? Really, really, really recognize, do you even recognize yourself? Just take literally, I say 20 seconds and just stare at yourself in the eyes in the mirror and just see, do you recognize yourself? The fourth question, which relates to that, is, am I who I choose to be, or what the world convinced me to be? And that really takes some self-reflection, because you may say, oh, I'm who I chose to be, but really look at that. Are you? Did a lot of people tell you, oh, you're super funny, and you just believe that you were, right? Some of y'all might actually be funny and some of y'all might not, but whatever. Or, have a lot of people told you a lot of negative things about yourself, and you somehow decided to be that. Have some people said, you're not going to amount to anything, and you somehow say, yeah, nah, I didn't, but you have a hard time right now you're trying to prove yourself to somebody that you are something. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to look and ask yourself, am I who I choose to be, or what the world convinced me to be? And that's a big thing. And how you can know the difference is when you're the person who you chose to be, there's an inner power at your core that's there, versus what the world convinced you to be. There's a sense of settling, but really look into that. The fifth question is, am I a person that I would love? Because a lot of us want people to love us. A lot of us are looking for love. Love is just this thing, right? That's been a little bit of a warm topic, not hot, but a warm topic lately. And we want this in a partner. We want that in a partner. But are you somebody that you would love? Really really answer that question for yourself. And some of us are like, oh, of course. But really, okay, look at your flaws, look at your pros, look at your cons. Are you working on yourself? Are you growing? Are you looking for someone to just take care of you? Can you take care of yourself? Really ask yourself these important questions. Look really deep. If you haven't got the message now, guys, it's really to look very, very deep, and just ask yourself, am I a person that I would love? Now, the sixth question is, what about me needs attention and healing? Because often, like I said, with everything that's going on in the world, our lives, responsibilities, dreams, things we're trying to go, attain, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, what about us needs attention and healing? And this is the thing that changes Each time we grow, we reach a new level. What may need our attention changes. Sometimes it may not be, your emotions. It might be your mental, like, what's going on with your mental health. It may not even be your mental. Sometimes it's your spiritual, you know what I mean? And sometimes it may not be none of that. Maybe it's just social, right? Like, what is it? What needs healing? And sometimes you just have to really look and discover what is it. It's like a checkup, Some people go to doctors, some people take their cars to go get a checkup. You have to do that for yourself. Like, really just take a moment and look inside and just ask yourself, what about me needs attention and healing? Because it's easier to say, oh yeah, that needs attention, but you're not going to do nothing about it. Take the time, make it a priority. And it doesn't have to be, 3 hours. It doesn't have to be 5 hours. It doesn't have to take up your whole day, but just take, 20 minutes. Like, in these 20 minutes from 3:40 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m., that is time for me to just get a little bit of healing in. If you could do 30 minutes, do that. If you're easily distracted, break it up. Say, okay, I can put 2 minutes of figuring out what needs attention. I can write it down or put it in my phone. And then after my show's over with, when I got to go in the bathroom, because some of us go in the bathroom. Let's not lie. Some of us go in the bathroom. We got to, do our business and we bring the phone in there. I'm just saying it. It's 2020. We doing it now. Take that moment while you're in the bathroom. Look over that note and just give yourself some healing while you're letting go. Well, a few things. So, just say, give you a little tip there. Just saying, some of the best meditation, some of the best things that come to you while you're in the bathroom. So, the seventh question is, have I gotten closer to my dream or farther from it? And then the part of that is, do I even have a dream? So really ask yourself, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, sometimes I feel like, I'm like, oh, that's right, I do have a dream. Where am I at with this? Let me look, because I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Am I getting closer? Or am I not? Because I know 3 weeks ago I was on it, but I don't know where I'm at now. I think I'm close. Let me see. Because sometimes, again, guys, things come up, things happen, and it just requires our attention, and our attention goes elsewhere. But, some people say, hey, nah, don't let go of the dream. Not saying that you letting go, but sometimes things come up and you have to just really ask yourself, get back on track. And sometimes you may feel like you haven't, but this whole time you have been. And then for those of you who, for the question is, do I even have a dream? If you don't, that's a perfect opportunity to just really like, hey, what is my dream? That's a perfect opportunity for you to sit down with yourself. Not nobody else, but with yourself. Like we're doing right now, if you're listening to this podcast and just me and you, thank you for, click and play. But this is a perfect opportunity right now for you to just see, do you have a dream? And I'm sure for some of you, this might even be confirmation, like, hey, like, let me really sit down and look at this. Maybe you're in a place right now where you don't really be, or you may seem where you don't want to be, or you may seem lost or don't know what you're doing. And it may be because you don't have a dream or a direction or something that you're aiming for. And it's okay that you don't have one now. Now, what that does is it creates an opportunity for you to sit down with yourself and see what is it that you're aiming for, what is calling you, what is calling your spirit, what is calling your energy, however you want to word it, but what is calling you at your core, right? Again, you got to make time for that. So the 8th question is, am I giving that what makes me happy time and love? And I'm going to repeat that. So the 8th question is, am I giving that what makes me happy time and love? And I can tell you now that's different for all of us. I know I make myself happy and things like that, but I know also that I have an amazing girlfriend who makes me happy, and I have to make sure, though I can get very busy, like even if I have a few minutes, am I giving, her, time and love, and sometimes, like I said, it's different for everybody. It may be yourself, it may be a sport, it may be a show, it may be a game, whatever it is, ask yourself, am I giving that what makes me happy, time, and love? Because you may notice that sometimes we may be operating if we're not really happy. Though happiness is a moment and things like that, and the moment changes, but it's good to make sure you invest that time, and love into it. I haven't played my video game in a long time, and I know guy video game, but it's a little different for me. It's like a therapy for me, and I haven't played it in so long. But when I did, it was just like so many things, just like woke back up inside. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Like, this feels good. I need to put some time into this. But figure out what it is for you. I'm sure y'all know. Just ask yourself, am I giving that what makes me happy, time and love? And I don't know why I feel like saying no, no drugs, no drugs, something healthy. All right. So number 9, who was the last person to reach out to me and check up? Right. And I want you guys to be aware that all of these are very, like, again, these are personal questions to ask yourself, but I really want you all to just really sit down, pause after each question, and really answer that. And what I want you to gain from this is an awareness of self. I want your awareness of self to increase. I want you to get deeper. I want you to gain depth within yourself. I want you to look at the things that you possibly didn't have time for. I want you to get to know who you are and not what the world has told you. I want you to build that relationship with you. And this question right here is important as well. So who was the last person to reach out to me and check up? Why? Why is that important? Because too many times we invest a lot of energy into, there's 2 ways. Sometimes some of us invest a lot of energy in people, right? And it doesn't get, we don't get a return on that. And it's like, you need to be aware, like, okay, I need to stop with this person. And then on the flip side, some of us do not give, enough energy to some people. And that's like you might want to work on that, because these people are actually reaching out to you and you're not even trying to give them no energy. You know what I mean? So flip sides, there's both sides to that, but it's really good to look at that. Who is reaching out? Who is checking up on you? Let those actions show you, because people can tell you all types of things, but really stop for a second and see who reaches out and checks up on you, right? Those are the people who are thinking about you, who are seeing how you're doing, who are noticing, like, oh, wow, we haven't heard from him in like a few days, or, how are you? How are you really, Pay attention to those who reach out and do a little extra, you know what I mean? And for, like, again, we're in a fast-paced world. For someone to take out the time just to reach out and check up on you, even through a text message, a call, or something, keep that. But just look at that. Just really ask yourself, who was the last person to reach out to me and check up? And once you really look at that, just observe, like, observe that. Why did they do that? Who is that person? Why, what do they mean to you? And the 10th question really is, am I whole or am I a bit broken? That is a very powerful question. And why? Why are you whole, or why are you a bit broken? And whatever the answer is, it's just going to open the door to even more, I would say, revelations, more just opportunities to get to know who you really are. And I wanted to do this episode because I give you guys, like, great value with the podcast, but I really wanted to give you the power, which you always have, but give you all the power to really look into yourself. It's great sometimes when we listen to people, that we follow and they give great things, but it's really, really amazing when we can stop for a minute and ask ourselves these important questions, because no one else is probably either asking them or we're too busy to ask them for ourselves. So this is why I wanted you all to just take a moment it's a one-on-one where you can all just sit back, listen, and ask yourself these questions, so you can get to know who you are, so you can be more aware, so you can take more power, so you can fill yourself up. And really, I'm going to say this again, just slow down and ask yourself these questions. Really slow down. You don't need to speed up. You don't need to go any faster. You are great where you're at. The moment is perfect. Why not now to slow down? And with that being said, everybody, that is it for this episode. Like I said, it's going to be a short one, and I wanted this to be personal, the one-on-one type of vibe. So I really, 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 really hope you all just take these 10 questions to ask yourself and really get to know who you really are under the surface. And with that being said, that is it for this episode. I love you guys. I will see you, or you'll see me. And some of y'all won't see soon, but we will speak next Tuesday. So that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, evening, wherever you are. Enjoy your life in this moment. Enjoy just everything. Even if things are a bit dark right now, just take a deep breath and just enjoy even that. Find something that you can enjoy. So that being said, guys, I will talk to you soon. Later.